All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. All right, today we're doing a lot of shotgun stuff, but not like one shotgun in particular. What we're trying to do is figure out what's going to work best for lighting options on a pump gun and also the semi-automatic shotguns, the Benelli 930, ones like that. So we got several guns out here and several different light setups. So if you want to check it out and see what we come up with as far as what a good lighting mounting option is for your shotgun, whatever type you got, stay tuned. All right, guys, like I said, we got some different setups and we're playing with, you know, what might be the best for whatever application you've got going on. And by that I mean, like, if it's a pump gun or a semi-auto. I'm not talking about, and I don't care about those crazy double magazine tube Kel-Tec type stuff. I'm talking about common use guns, duty use guns, home protection guns, things like that. Any type of shotgun that you would actually probably use in a serious situation. Okay, so probably the most basic setup is going to be something like this. This is a 590, and getting a Forend that accepts M-LOK or, you know, a mounting system, M-LOK KeyMod. I don't think they mess with KeyMod anymore, but you get M-LOK foregrip, and that makes it real simple to mount on something like this really small, compact ProTac from Streamlight. Real simple mount. It's pretty common, very similar to the mounts that ship with Surefire and other lights like that. Just a little Picatinny, boom, twist it on there, and you got the Picatinny mount from like Magpul or whatever, and you put it into the M-LOK slot. And then you're gonna have to actuate it with your thumb, okay? So it's one of those, no pressure pad, and that's what I mean. It's real simple. It takes a lot of the headache out of light mounting option, not just on shotguns, but also on regular rifles, ARs or AKs. And it doesn't seem to get in the way of, you know, the function of the gun as far as racking goes. No big deal. Like I said, if you're doing this on your AR, it's going to be very similar. And that's one of the really upsides to it, I think, is similarity across your platforms, whatever you're using. So on, off, you know, functions there. Everything's good. It doesn't impede anything. Doesn't get in your it doesn't block any of your sight, anything like that. So really solid option, probably the cheapest way to mount a light, and it works really good, I imagine. So that is definitely a good option for a pump gun. Getting on more to the more expensive side of the house, you've got something like the Surefire Forend that has the integrated light in it, okay? This is on a Remington 870. It's big and bulky. It's got buttons, you know, the master on off, the programmable buttons. Yeah, it's a better light than a Streamlight. It's a Surefire, so you're getting what you pay for. These are going to be quite a bit more expensive than that Streamlight, probably 3 times as much. Now, plus side to this is what it's meant to do. So I would expect that over time, you're going to have a lot less issues with this, if any at all, versus something that is just a light, a weapon light that's meant to mount on different platforms. Then you have to get into like Loctiting, check and make sure it's staying put, this and that and the other. It's not an issue, but it's something to keep in mind. Moving on to something a little more like the first light, side mounted. So this one's mounted on the opposite side. This is a semi-auto gun, so you're not worried about racking, okay? So that lets you put on a pressure pad. Oops. Started the shot timer. So here on the Benelli M4, it's a semi-auto. You're not worried about racking the slide or anything like that. So for me, I like to use pressure pads. I think that's a really good solution for when you don't have to rack the gun. So it gets the weapon light on the other side. You put it on your actuating side, the pressure pad on the actuating side, and then you just, you know, you're not worried about doing this, so you can just go to town like you would on your AR very similar. And again, I like it when it's across platforms. It shares similarity. You don't have to learn so many nuances of each different gun. It transfers over, and that is something I really like, because it makes you a better shooter. It doesn't waste time on having to relearn something on a different gun that does the same thing. So on the Benelli, it's a weird little setup like that. It's not a problem that it wiggles. It's supposed to wiggle. Same with their sling deal. It's just the way they come. You know, aftermarket stuff, you're going to have tons and tons and tons of options out there. Same with the 930. Either way, so this is like probably the optimal way to set up on a semi-auto gun where you're not using the slide. Okay, if you've seen it on my other videos, I don't have it there right now. It's set up on something different, but I got the pressure pad right here where it velcros on. I got the M-LOK piece right here, and the light goes right there. Same deal. I think that's the optimal way to do it. Now, of course, pick what side you want based on the gun and how much space you have to work with. As far as the pressure pad placement goes, that's user preference 100% of the way, just like on any other gun. So these are some of the options. So we're going to go shoot them, see how they function, and you know, and from that you make your adjustments and set your gun up to whatever you like to do. So, all right, guys, the pump guns. A lot of people got these guns. They're amazing guns. I got the 590A1. Love the thing. Okay, moving into this Surefire Forend. I forget what the actual name is. It's the Forend incorporated light. Okay, it works great. It functions great as a Forend, you know, right? Because you're replacing a Forend, a product or a piece off your gun, and it replaces that really well. It adds to it. So really enjoy that. No issues, right? It works great. But if you want to do the sling thing, okay, that's going to be a problem, just because it's in the way. Again, slings on a shotgun, that's a little bit different. So if you got to have a sling, in my opinion, okay, you do what you want, but in my opinion, you got to have a sling. So if you're going to do this with this Forend, the fix is going to be, there's only one way I think you can do it, and that's going to be the sling mounting point, single point from here. You've probably seen those before, where it comes from behind the trigger. Okay, the barrel's getting kind of hot here. And then you mount the single point here, and it comes around like any other single point would. For the pump guns, not necessary without a light, but if you're gonna have a light on there, I think it gets to the point where you just got to get this out of the way. And obviously it's more helpful too with racking and manipulating the firearm as it is. So it looks like that'll be the fix for this particular Forend light, matched with the sling, either 870, 590, whatever you got, the Maverick 88. That's probably going to be the remedy for that one. It doesn't seem like a problem today because we're not actually seeing the light, but when in the dark, when we checked it out, this just totally obscures any advantage you would add to the gun by having a light. So good on you. All right, so real quick, plus side to setting up across different platforms. It's real easy to just pop a light off and pressure pad off one gun, put it on the other one, and you're ready to roll. That's for like trying stuff. I don't recommend it for, you know, always moving stuff around on guns that are like your serious guns or whatever. But we're out here trying stuff out, and I get it's the middle of the day, we're trying lights, but no, it's placement that we're worried about. Lumens are lumens. That's a whole nother topic, but it's really cool. We just pop one off one gun, put it on the other gun, and you can try it out, see how it works, and you know, find out what you like. So, and that's what we do, or what we're doing out here today. We got like 6 different shotguns. We're trying them all out, different light setups and all that stuff. So. So I find it super easy. actuating light with this pressure pad. I have said it before, it's in another video too. I did more of a light focus video on this gun, but there's just, I've done a lot of work with this gun, with this light setup, with this pressure pad setup, and optimal. We've been shooting the Benelli. It's a little different. But it's because the space availability is different on that gun, and that's why we do this. So, Benelli M4, all right? Same one that was in my other video, the Benelli M4 video. This one's been a little bit doctored up at this point now. We've been shooting them. We do that here. We shoot our guns. Different stock. Pistol grip wasn't working out. My buddy went to the Steve Fisher course, and he found out real quickly through real good professional training from somebody who really knows what's going on that pistol grips, you know, they sure do look cool. But when it comes to shotguns, this OG stuff right here, it might be the way to go. So he's trying it out. I like it because it's in line with that 930. I really like that. I like it without the pistol grip. That's a side note. Anyway, on this one, you get less rail space than you do on the 930. So we figured it was best to put the placement of the pressure pad on this side. Anyway, I want to show you what it's like having just the cheap basic mount on there. Keep in mind, different mounting options. The Benelli with the sling deal, you have to put the light on this side because you can't have the sling coming up and over or under. So actuating it, you're going to be taking your hand off to actuate the light. So, you know, you come up, oops, looking for the ambidextrous safety there. All right, so you come up, maybe something like that, You're gonna keep it going, and then you're gonna have to come off to do that. So my opinion, that don't work. That don't work at all for me. So pressure switch on this setup, it's a must because this is just not gonna work. So I would say go ahead and don't even waste your money. This is not an option because you're taking your hand off the gun. It's on, you can't just turn it off and on as you like. Because of the side, the placement, all that stuff. There's probably an aftermarket remedy to finagle anything. With aftermarket stuff, they've got stuff for anybody. They'll sell you anything. But we like to keep things simple and functional. And this does not fill that light function well enough to where I would want to put it on. Okay? So we'll go ahead and save that for the pump guns. All right. So here we got probably like one of the sickest ways you can set up a pump gun, right? 590, shot cards, RMR, but sorry, I'm getting carried away. We're talking about lights. The Forend, okay? This is where having something like the Midwest Industries or whatever company Forend you got with the M-LOK slots, you put your, I mean, this is the advantage and the modularity that comes with M-LOK anyway, right? So this is why people went to it. You get to put your sling wherever you want, okay? You can put it behind, in front, side, up, down, whatever you want, wherever there's M-LOK slot, wherever you want to set it up. Same thing with the light. So on the Benelli, we were talking about how it's stuck on this side. You have to come off anyway. That's the advantage here. You can just do that. If you really wanted to, you're not worried about maybe negligent light discharges, you can put a pressure pad here too, and that's fine, and stick the light out further with one of them extendo bars that they use on suppressed ARs, right, that push the light out past the barrel because you're running it suppressed. You could probably do something like that, have the light actually closer up to the front, have pressure pad here. That's something you could probably play with. That'd be pretty cool. I'd like to see that. But as far as it goes, basic pump gun, this is the standard. This is as good as it gets. You know, you can actuate both. Lights on, all right, and lights off, no problems. Shooting, racking, no issue. Okay, shut it off, go back on safe, switch, oh, bring it back up, light back on. All right. It works really well. It's intuitive, and that's why I say it's like the way to set it up. Obviously, mileage may vary, and you do what works for you. So